What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Dax. This is Trash Talk. Y'all already know what we got going on today. I told you we got the mock draft 2.0, and here it is right here, right? I already got it for you. So this draft could go many different ways. It can go a lot of different routes. You could very well see 4 quarterbacks go in the first 4 picks, but at the same time, you could also see a lot of trades, right? We don't know exactly who is going to trade, who's willing to trade, who wants to go up higher to get that quarterback. But this is definitely a quarterback-heavy draft. I feel like there's a lot of quarterbacks that come out, normally. But this is one of those, you got a lot of flashy names that come with it, right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into it. I don't see anything different with the number 1 pick. Just about everybody has Trevor Lawrence going first. I do think that is going to be the pick, so I'm going to leave that one there. Now, assuming that the Jets are moving away from Sam Darnold, right? Because we feel like, a lot of people feel like Sam Darnold has lived his last few days in New York. And not only the fact that, he may be out, but if the fact that they may be looking for a new quarterback anyway. They got a new coach. They got some new people running the show up there. So a lot of times when you get that, they want to pick their own quarterback. So I got Zach Wilson going number 2 to the Jets. And then the Dolphins have already said Tua's our guy. We're not moving away from Tua. Tua is going to be here. We waited a long time to get Tua. We got Tua. I think Miami fans, for the most part, are happy with Tua. Tua was a rookie. You can't expect him to win you a Super Bowl, his rookie year. I mean, he could possibly be one of those guys. I don't want to say it can't happen, but, we have to be realistic. So I think you have to give Tua some toys to play with. So I think they add Jamar Chase as a wide receiver, which would be an excellent pick for them. So then we move on to Atlanta at 4. Now, a lot of people are thinking that Atlanta's going to go Justin Fields, and a lot of people think that they should go Justin Fields. In this draft, I didn't go quarterback, and the reason why is because I do feel like there are other needs that Atlanta needs to meet before going quarterback, and one of those needs, not necessarily needs, because Terry Fontenot came out and said he doesn't draft for need. He drafts best player available. And then at this point, with Trevor Lawrence gone, Zach Wilson gone, Jamar Chase gone, you have Kyle Pitts staring at you in the face. And I think Atlanta takes Kyle Pitts. I think that Arthur Smith turns that offense into a 2-headed tight end monster, just like Gronk and Aaron Hernandez up in Foxborough. When they were running it with the Patriots. So I think Atlanta takes Kyle Pitts. I got the Bengals getting Penei Sewell. You got to get something going on in that offensive line up there in Cincinnati. It was atrocious last year. I'm still sticking by Jalen Hurts. A lot of people are saying, the Eagles are going to draft a quarterback. I think you stick by Jalen Hurts. You don't draft 2 quarterbacks back to back to back. You're turning yourself into the old Browns. So I think you give Jalen some time, give him some tools. So in this one, I got Jalen Waddle going to the Eagles. Again, I didn't really change anything with the Lions pick. The Lions is Patrick Surtain. You need to shore up that defensive backfield. They just cut Desmond Trufant. So you have some young guys. You do need to develop Jeff Okudah that you drafted last year. I think Patrick Surtain will be a good guy that can step in and play day one. So, and then I had the Panthers. It was kind of hard for me to pick who I think the Panthers would get, because I definitely do feel like the Panthers are going to be one of those teams that are going quarterback. And I do feel like if there's a run on quarterback in the first 2 picks, I feel like the Panthers are going to be calling the Dolphins, calling the Falcons, trying to see if you can get into that top 4 to get a quarterback. So I got Justin Fields falling to the Panthers here. They need that guy. And their offense was 100%, successful when they had that, big mobile style quarterback when they had Cam. And I think that Matt Rule, Justin Fields, that would be a pretty lethal combination. The Broncos, Farley, and then the Cowboys, Tyson Campbell. I told you those two teams both need cornerback, and I feel like whoever the first one picks, the second will pick the opposite one. Those are going to be the first two go off the board. Then the Giants. The Giants could very well right here shore up their offensive line, but the Giants have been drafting offensive line for how long now? The Giants have so many offensive line picks. I think they go ahead and go wide receiver here. They get the Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith, and give Danny Dimes some guys to throw some dimes to. You know what I mean? So I got Devontae Smith going to the Giants. And then the 49ers, they stay put. They get their guy in Trey Lance. Trey Lance going out to the Bay Area. And then I got the Chargers. Now, this is where things get a little tricky because in the beginning, I had a lot of the pass rushers going in top 5 and top 10. Now it gets down to almost 15 before we get to a pass rusher. And I think Gregory Rousseau to the Chargers and then Jalen Phillips to the Vikings. I think it's going to be back-to-back right there for Miami because both of those teams need defensive playmakers and both of those teams need pass rushers. And that's going to be needs for both of those. I think those are two players that you can't really pass up on. And then we also have to think who's down in the lower rounds that we're not talking about right now that could possibly try to make their way up to get, some of these guys, right? And then the Patriots, I think they go out on a limb and they get Rashad Bateman. They need a receiver bad. Their receiving core is lacking. And I think the Patriots go get that big time, big catch type receiver. Rashad Bateman was a guy that I feel like if he played this year would definitely be one of those guys in this Jamar Chase and Jalen Waddle type situation, Devontae Smith type talk. I think he would be a little bit over there, but I think because some of these guys decided to opt it out because of the COVID-19 pandemic, I think that their names, of course, were kind of washed to the back because we haven't seen them in a year. So you forget about them, right? And I think that's the reason why some of these guys decided to not opt out. But that's my top 15. That's what I'm kind of thinking on a second round type motion. I may come out with a third one, maybe. It's just kind of hard to gauge because I do feel like if there's a run on quarterbacks that there's going to be some movement. I can almost guarantee you that because there are multiple teams that are sitting in positions that need quarterbacks. And I feel like if you put the pressure on them, that they might do it. I mean, I don't think the Dolphins are going to reach for a quarterback. A lot of people are saying, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, right off the bat. Boom, boom, boom. I really don't see the Dolphins drafting a quarterback. The Falcons could. That's one of those things that we don't know yet. We have to just see. Best player available in Terry Fontenot's head, who does he think? If you have Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, and Trey Lance off the board, who's the best player on the board? Is it Justin Fields? Is it Kyle Pitts? Is it Penei Sewell? Who's the best player? So that's the thing that we have to look at. As always, like, share, and subscribe. I love all of y'all. This your boy Dax's Trash Talk, and as always, peace.